Hey, Ron, what's up, man? Yeah, I haven't lined up the countdown because what fun would that be? Oh my goodness, we got a lightning strike. Chat. Okay, first and foremost, apologies for the last minute stream. I wanted to fly the 747 freighter. However, when you guys told me to update X-Plane 12, it kept hanging. I kept getting the CRC error. It was driving me nuts, and I went into rage mode, and that's why X-Plane 12 will never be a next-generation simulator. However, after some help in log text filing and software engineering, I found out we had some conflicting files on a default laminar aircraft. Go figure. So Drishel actually helped me out with that, deleted those files, got the update, so now we're rocking the latest X-Plane 12.3, and I went ahead and picked up the passenger variant of the Rotate MD-11. I've just, I'm still stuck to this airplane, man. I love it. If you see the vertical cockpit, or the vertical stream, you can see my MD-11 set up over here. When I turn on the wing cam and the Bravo cam here, you'll see I got my MD-11 controls. There's something that is so satisfying about flying an airplane that you feel like you're on the verge of just being out of control all the time, man. Oh my goodness, look at that Lightning from 2009. Absolutely love it. So, I didn't want to, I even got in, look guys, listen. I got to the office at 9 a.m. this morning. I wanted to stream at 10, wanted to stream at 11. I spent an hour in Microsoft 2024 trying to see what we could fly. I loaded up the A340, and I took off, and I just felt mid. I thought about doing the Phoenix, but I can't bring myself to fly Airbus right now because I'm so Airbused out. I loaded up the YS-11, but the visibility was too low. I didn't feel like working that hard on a YS-11 flight on the West Coast. So I just said, screw it. We're going to fix X-Plane 12. So we fixed X-Plane 12. I will do the Freighter 7.4. Maybe we might do it this afternoon. Depends on how long this stream takes. I have to learn a couple things, guys. The feed the 7.4 is not something you just fire up and go. You have to learn it and study it. I got to refresh my memory on it. So we will fly that. Do not worry. We will fly that. However, this is what we got. MD-11 ops, and it's pouring rain. Visibility is like 1/8 of a mile in San Francisco, so it's going to be spicy. We might end up doing an auto land. So I hope you guys are ready to come along with me on this. We're on Beyond ATC Platinum. Shout out NordVPN. Turtle, thanks for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. For the first super chat of the day, I need a yoga in the chat as a toast to V1. We all love you, buddy. Keep up the good work. Hey, man, I appreciate that, Turtle. There was some rage this morning. If you were in the Discord, I apologize. I went into full rage mode on X-Plane 12. I sure did. And you know what? I said some things about Austin driving to work and having some bowel problems, and you know what? I don't really take it back, because the fact that you have to be a half software engineer to get this sim running is why it will never be next generation. Now, does that mean it's not fun to fly? No. I'm addicted to it right now. I love it. I'm having fun in it, but it's still got a long way to go. So if you witnessed the rage, I apologize. But we're going to have a fun flight. So who's ready to get this thing fired up? We got the Mango Sound Studios passenger variant. I'm rocking the what engines did United have on the DC-10? I changed it up to the Pratt Whitney Sound Pack so we can hear something a little bit different instead of the GEs. So I know we got the CF6s out there, but the sounds will be a little bit different. You get to take a look at, or take a listen, I guess, to the new Sound Pack as well. So Austin driving to work with a diaper, exactly. Jan, what's up, man? Can I get your Discord link, please? Exclamation point and Discord. Giles, what's up? Good to see you over there on the vertical stream. We are going to try the vertical stream today. Godspeed, that doesn't crash as well. So thank you, Giles. What's up? Amazing to fly. What's the name of the cockpit mod? Okay, it's just Google the White Lines cockpit. Now, here's something that's going to hurt your eyes, gals. I don't think it works on the passenger version, because look at the difference, okay? Look at my overhead. You see all the white lines? Like, it doesn't work. So the mod that's on the forum for white cockpit line removal doesn't seem to work on the passenger variant, or at least it doesn't seem to work in X-Plane 12.3 very well. It looks way worse. Now, there is a pseudo way to get around this, and that's using the background lighting. So we're going to do that right now. Let me power up the aircraft. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse. I don't know what's going on, guys. I feel fine. It's just my voice is not juiced up. All right, so let's go ahead and get the external power on.
Autopilot.
We'll go ahead and disconnect that, do that.
autopilot.
And now watch this. We'll go panel flood. See, and that takes care of it. Kind of a workaround. So got to kind of fly in the low light conditions. But if the mod, it's not really a mod. It's just a file you downloaded. You just have to Google MD-11 white line removal, and give it a shot, man. It seems to work. It seems to work in the freighter better than the passenger variant. I don't know if that's because maybe there's some changes or not. But everyone's voice is hoarse from screaming at X-Plane 12. It sure is, dude. It sure is, man. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Okay, let's go ahead and get the airplane booted up. Let's go ahead and get nav 1 on. We'll wait for the cargo fire test to complete here. All right, nav 2 and 3 are coming on. That looks good. Emergency power, we can arm that. With emergency power armed. Why is it on? Is it run a test? There we go. Off back to arm. There we go. Engine ignition can stay there. Dome light. We'll turn the dome light on for a little bit here since we're under the cloud layer. Emergency lights come to arm. No smoking can stay off. Seatbelts can stay off. Let's go and get the logo lights on. Get the nav lights. They are on. We'll get the hydraulic test cooking over here. We'll get the defog cooking over here. We'll come down here, clear the caution. We've got to clear some stuff out here. Let's do all of this. I'm going to throw up the hydraulic page. Got to reset my spoiler lever and flaps. I don't know why it loads in like that. It does appear to load in with the spoiler lever and flaps deployed. I don't know what that's all about. So we got that set. We'll come back down here. Let's get you cooked over here. Boom. FMC. FMC. Flight plan init. Initialize ACARS. Thank you much. We'll get that ready to go. Got the MD-11 wings out there looking really good. Looking really good. We do have an auto ATC 2243. Let me just throw that in there while I'm looking at it. Beautiful. We'll get VHF1 on as well. And we got to get the, what's it called? CTAF for this place. It's going to be 19-9er. We'll get that loaded up here. Hey, let's just hope we don't have to load the flight plan 15 times that we did yesterday. All right, now I'm kind of curious. I saw some options over here. Can I request load aircraft? I don't know if it will actually do stuff or not. Let's go weight and balance. Let's get this loaded up, and then we will get the FMC. All right. Passenger payload today. 381. Is that... Can we take that many? No, we can't. We can only take 285. So we'll take a full load. 285. Total payload is 87.6. Call it 88, but let's max the passenger. Let's get a little bit heavier. All right, so that looks good. And block fuel, 45,000 required, but let's take an extra 5,000. So let's call it 50,000. There we go, 50.9. That checks. Ballast fuel. We do not need any, but if we were to put some in the tail tank, we could move. Actually, what is it? Center tank? Oh, we could move it that direction. We could get it more in the envelope. Aux up tank would move it back as well, but we don't need any. Let's see our burn fuel. It's going to bring us down to about 26, 27 thou. Landing weight of 420, so we'll be below our landing weight and we'll still be within CG range. So we don't need to take a ballast tank or ballast fuel. Let's go ahead and apply load and send that to the FMS. All right, so that is done. And with that said, let's go ahead and get the FMC loaded up. Don't forget to stick packs count on the overhead. Thank you, AJ, for the $3 super chat. Thank you, AJ, for being helpful this morning. Guys, can you believe it? AJ Funari was actually extremely helpful this morning in X-Plane 12. So get some golf claps, positive rates for AJ Funari. Thanks, man, for the $3 super chat. Appreciate you. 285 on the overhead. Exactly. So let's go ahead and set 285. You can't move the last number? Do you just round up? Okay, we'll call it 290. Call it 290 right there. Alright, so that is set. And FMC time. What's the name of the flight model mod? It's in a Discord. My goodness, somebody will have a link to it. I also downloaded. Here's a word of warning. I have not done a single test flight, but I did install the latest and greatest flight model mod for the passenger variant, so we're good to go there. All right, Seattle to SFO. Alternate route? No, but we do have an alternate of Sacramento, KSMF. We'll put that in there. And flight number, we're United 357. Cost index of 75. Cruise flight level today is flight level 390. All right. Page 2. Here's our weights. This all looks good. 2.6 alternate gas, no ballast fuel. In zero fuel 396.7, landing 432.7, so we should be below. That looks good. All right. Go to page 3. No need to worry about fuel dumping or anything like that. So if we go to the flight plan page, let's go ahead and get this set up. We'll plan on Seattle 16 left on the Harib 6. All right, 16 left, Harib 6 departure, and we're going out to Freeport. Insert that. I like to throw this in plan mode here as we step through. Rain sounds putting me to sleep? Yeah. What do you mean? What does what do? Adjust airflow for economy, Aaron? What do you, for what? What did I do for airflow? Freeport. And then from Freeport, we're going to join some airways. We got Quebec 3 out to Found. Insert. That looks good. From Found, we're going direct to Melbeck for the Stellar 4. MLBEC. And then we'll go SFO. Star. Now, what are they landing? 19s? Are they landing 19s in SFO? For real? There's no way. What are they, what are you guys planning for, Hey, what are you guys planning for San Francisco runways? No way they're landing 19. For real? I don't think I've ever landed on 19. Ever. 19 or left, okay. 19 or left on the Stellar 4. And we're coming off the Melbeck transition. Okay, insert. There it is. We might have to make some modifications. It's that U-turn there. Puts us up for a straight in 19 or left ILS. Alright, actually that's not the, I don't think I loaded the ILS. We gotta, we'll deal with that in cruise, but, I need, what's the approach to 19 or left? There is an ILS 19 or left. There we go. Insert. Out to Berks. Okay, now we got more. We got Berks shake all the way in. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, go to the perf page. Econ climb is 338. That checks. Cruise, descent, that all looks fine. We'll go to the thrust to limits. We're going to do an auto TO1, 108.8. It will derate then on its own. We'll leave it in auto mode. Beautiful. Takeoff approach. We're going to go, I'll tell you what, let's go flaps 15. And the slope is actually a thing here, I believe. Is it 344 and yeah, it's downhill. That's okay. We're not going to worry about the slope, but what is the wind doing? Right now, Seattle weather 160 at 7. So we'll just call it. I'll tell you what, we'll zero it out because we don't want the performance. We want the more conservative. So we'll leave it as so. And outside air temperature is 12. 136, 44, 60. VCL of 240 K knots. We'll throw that up right there. 240. All right. I think we're just about ready to do some additional pre-flight checks. We'll throw the engine page up there. Let's get the APU cooking. APU power, please. All right, we are on 12.3 today. Yes, we are 12.3. Yeah, hopefully, you know what? I did load in and push back, so the plug-in didn't crash the sim. Confirm. I don't like what, I don't know. I think Mango's sound pack APU was better in his first version. It's a little bit quiet. Alright. APU's coming up. Once it stops blinking, we'll get the air on. I guess we should have had galley external power so they could get the galley bus, get the coffee cooking. Alright, let's do a couple other things here. Let's go back to map mode and runway heading. I'm using my FCOM, I'm using my MD-11 cam. Let's go ahead and bring that up to the left. Runway heading off of 160. 160 is set. No ATCs online. We'll set our top altitude 390. We'll go all the way up. 390 is set. So FMS, nav, prof, armed are all armed at the gate. And what was the altimeter here? Is 2962. Wow. 2962. Alright. APU is up and running. APU air is coming on. Let's go ahead and disconnect. No smoking seatbelt signs are all coming online. Can we do a little PA? Hello from London. What's going on, man? Can I get a radio check on 19.9?
Charlie 9646 Heavy, taxi 16 left via Bravo.
Alright, got him loud and clear. Alright, let's go ahead and get out of here. So, that's off. APU bleed is on. Avail and on the overhead. Let's go aux for pushback. Let's go ground ops. Dismiss, close. Off. Dismiss, toggle, and Seattle traffic, get out of 357 Heavy, getting ready to push back off gate C at 12, taxi 16 left. Alright, got the jet bridge pulled back. I feel like we're sitting at an angle here at the gate. We are. You can see our attitude indicator is a little off. Alright, I've already planned the pushback.
Ground to cockpit,
perfect.
Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Hey, what's going on, Captain? Why no Felix today? Because I just, because I didn't have time to get it studied, man. Why do I have emergency power test fail?
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
I don't know why that's doing that. Maybe I was supposed to let it do its power test. I'm not sure. Not sure. It's got to be on engine power for 5 seconds then on? Okay, we got to do that. But yeah, Captain Simp, I was going to fly the freighter, but I couldn't. I spent all morning trying to update the freaking sim. Because you got to be a PhD in astrophysics to figure out how to update this thing, because it was giving me some CRC error because of its own laminar airplane problem. Wow, we got lightning in it. We got a 380 behind us.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
I never did find that. Alright.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, brakes release, cleared push. We got a 380 coming into, oh, look at that. That is sick, actually. Let's go ahead and start one, just because we're going to be looking at that. I want to look at that side over here. Oh, ignition. We'd used A yesterday. Let's use B today. Oh, he's got a reverser out. It's 10% fuel on. Scabauer, so here's something. You guys tell me. So Blackbox 711, great dude on YouTube, he was flying the TFDI big update in 2024. I guess there's a couple things that you can modify so it'll be stable in the sim. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not impressed with what the airplane, like what the cockpit looked like. Airplane model looked much better. I think we should go back to GE sounds. Should we go back to GE sounds? Those sound kind of mid. Let's go back to General Electric. General Electric is where it's at. Because that's what we have out there, right? Now it's going to do a little bit of a sound bug because I switched over after we pushed back, but sorry, diabetic lad. I got to let it reset. But I'd be very curious. Go check out his stream, and look at the cockpit of that TFDI, especially like right here, like this part, the panel. It does not look that much better, and that's kind of depressing. All right, turn to 2. Yes, the puddles actually look much better. It's kind of a half-ass pushback right here. 7, 8, 9.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set, clear, disconnect.
Disconnecting tow.
Default
Standby.
Seattle, Gus. Yeah, default. Oh yeah, there's my GE sounds. Start on 3. Number 2. It's a nasty day in Seattle. Hippo, what's up, man? You got confused. Look at the glow. Okay, explain. Look at the glow of those cars.
Has been removed.
All the baggage trucks
will
being
be on the
held
right.
up.
We'll see you next time, and
Look at
have
the
a
glow
great
of those
flight.
lights. That's pretty dang good, man. I gotta admit, that's pretty dang good. Oh, I missed. I changed the camera right at the light off. So loud. V1, love your work. Do you fly to Europe sometimes? Yeah, absolutely, man. We were just doing a bunch of Scandinavian ops. Matter of fact, is there any SAS MD-11 liveries for the rotate, or any livery that we could throw on the MD-11 for Scandinavian type operations. Because right now the MD-11 is GOAT, guys. I'm hooked on the MD-11. It's unfortunate, you know, of what of what's happened, obviously, with the UPS crash and the timing of me liking to fly it in the sim. But as far as sim planes go, it's just so much fun to fly. All right, we need stab of 5.9. Actually, it'd be easier to just do this one. All right, stab 5.9. We're still getting Emer power on. I guess we'll let it rock for now. We'll see if it sorts itself out. We're doing flaps 15, right? Dial of flaps selected to 15. Flight control check. Flaps 15. Well, what's going on with that? Gonna leave it like that. Emer power test failed. That's fine. Just clear it out. I don't want to deal with it. Battery charging. What in tarnation is going on with our electrical here?
Channel United 646, heavy departing 16 left.
Sacks down there.
Here made. Or 6 departure, sorry.
Seattle traffic United 357 heavy taxi 16 left. Let's go. We'll see if it sorts itself out.
Traffic 2832, line up 125 behind this part. Traffic, yep.
Paint anything on the ground here? No, I guess not. Alright, auto brake TO, seatbelts, no smoking is normal. We got the battery charge test going on. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm going to put you on the engine page for now. I need my MD-11 professionals in the chat. I screwed it up when I screwed something up with the power up sequence. Is that a 777? Vodka, that 777 in there? Alright, runway heading is actually going to be 165. 165, we got terrain mode on. We should turn the brightness up, actually. Get our terrain mode. Brightness up for terrain. Profiles armed. VCL, what was it? 240. 240, okay. Man, last night our VCL was 268. Pretty heavy at LAX last night. I think everything else is set. Everything's armed. Flaps are set. Is there a takeoff config? Check anywhere? Like the Airbus, perhaps? No? Model matching lights because the models never got updated to 12. Unfortunately, there is 2 on the forum which fixes them. Ooh, that would be nice. Yeah, the model matching lights aren't very good. I gotta hand it to X-Plane. The rain, like the reflection of the centerline lights. You see this when they're wet? You get that glow. It's not bad. It's not bad, guys. If you set EMR power to off for a few seconds and back to arm, I think it will return to normal. Okay. Let's try it. Let's go off. Let's just let it stay off for a second. And then go straight to arm. Alright, go straight to arm. Now it's going to go through a test. That's why it says on up there. It's going to go through a test. I think it's working. The ortho, I do have ortho in California, Avion-Tech. We don't have any ortho up here in Seattle. This is everything you're looking at is default, minus the airplane has 15 mods. Look how much different the flaps are.
Seattle traffic exit.
Much cleaner.
Pushing back off of Sierra 10.
Much cleaner than the freighter we were flying. But, I mean, slat view, man, looks great. Look at that. With a little bit of rain out there. We just need some engine mods. I don't know why he painted the engine inlet. That's kind of poopy right there. Any chance you're going to fly the X-Crafts anytime soon? Not anytime soon, man. I don't want to spend any money on it. I don't own them. So I own the X-Plane MD-11. So I didn't have to spend any money. But I did buy the passenger variant, so I lied. I spent $30. I realized it was $30 if you already have the freighter. So I had the freighter, so it was only $30 versus $80. So I went ahead and picked it up. So now we got battery charging, which is probably normal. Why is our beacon off? Seattle Center, United 357 Heavy, gonna line up 16 left. Making sure nobody's on final. I did not get the extended night lights on. No, I was spending all day updating everything, man, and since today is a daytime flight, I didn't get the night lights mods installed yet. What do these do? Can we go like all stations? Prepare for takeoff, please. We don't need this anymore. We're gonna just fly the Harem 6. We got no ATC online. 390 is set. Alright. Seattle traffic, United 357 Heavy departing runway 16 left.
Runways are up, 6 departure to the south.
There you go, Mickey G. Is that more synced? Look at that. That's actually synced. Alright, let's go. Yoga's in chat, spool him up. 40.
Seattle traffic, Alaska 146, runway 16 left, Seattle. Seattle traffic.
Auto flight armed. Spool him up.
America West, correction, Cactus, 338, taxiing 16 left via Bravo traffic.
Last time I tried to do this, we almost went off the runway. It's really hard to do flyby view in the MD-11. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up, fly by. Alright, let's get weather radar on. reduction, lower the nose. I'm going to pull these back down out of the way so I can access my MCP better. Alright, 180 flaps coming up to slats. It tells me to climb up there at 18 degrees nose up, but I gotta accelerate here. There's slat retraction. After takeoff checklist. I'm gonna actually lower the yoke, it's kind of in the way there. Alright, get ready for the left turn. After takeoff checklist, that's coming off. Fly by. A bit of a breakout here. It's plus 14C. Don't need to worry about any anti-ice right now. Bank angle check to the right here. Seattle traffic, 357 heavy. Departing the area to the south out of 6.2. Last call, Seattle. I think if my mic wasn't transmitting, I know what it is. I had to unplug and replug my microphone. Beyond ATC Platinum, sometimes I have to like reselect it. And here we go. All the good things about X-Plane 12, but then you have this rain situation. Just keep your eyes inside. Keep your eyes inside. All right, there's 250 on the speed. Yeah, it is a little bit rough out here, that's for sure. I can feel it. Got pretty good wing flex on the MD-11 too. Once we get her straightened out here, we'll gauge the autopilot. There's 10,000. Over the nose, we're going for 338 in the climb out now. That's pretty much trimmed out as good as I can do right now. Auto flight. AP2 is engaged at 10,000 feet. Oh, I forgot those. Dang it. And the high end nits. Forgot my lights. That sucks. Alright, we're gonna stay on route. Looks like it's gonna take us around some of that nasty up there. Yeah, we gotta fix the rain, man. The rain is junk, dude. Rain is terrible. Let me take a look at test. There we go. Test. Test. It should work. Testing.
Okay, fine.
Okay. That's weird. All right. Greg Keating, thanks for joining the channel. Become a private pilot, man. Appreciate you. All right, outside air temp still plus 16. I tell you what, if we cut the corner here from FEPOT, we can avoid some of that. What's after FEPOT? Let's go flight plan. After FEPOT is found.
Alaska, 146, take off from 16 left, south.
Let's hit that. We'll avoid that weather over there. Cannot see anything. Note for the flight deck carriers that come out of 14,000 feet. Do have the seatbelt sign on it. Please do ask that you remain seated or seatbelt securely fastened. I've also asked the flight attendants to remain seated for the time being as we're going to be flying through an area of some forecasted turbulence right now. Currently reporting moderate drop up ahead, so please remain seated. Thank you. We'll redirect it here. Straighten out the line. Hoping we'll get a breakout. We're at 10C now. Get the engine ice on. Should be able to go to nav 1, right? There we go, nav 1. Berto, what's going on, man? How you doing, dude? You want the G-loading camera? I don't know why you like it, man. G-loading camera wing view is good, yes. But cockpit view makes me nauseous. How's the road capability TFTI? I'll tell you what, I haven't flown TFTI in 2024 yet since its update. It hasn't been updated for 24, but I have more fun in the rotate than I ever did in the TFTI in 2020. Look at that wing. The wings are just getting rocked right now. Look. Look at this. If you're in the jump seat. Whole new word, whole new definition for light chop. It will have a 707 clipper. It's the Nimbus. I think that's what you're talking about. The Nimbus 707 hasn't released yet. The speed tape is going bonkers. We're just going to maintain our climb out speed. We're not going to try to go any faster. Oh. That might be a problem. Flight attendants, please take your seats. I saw a little breakout for a second. We're going right through. What's on Volanta? Hold on. Let me look and see if Volanta's got any weather radar going on here. Oh, yeah. Guys, if you haven't looked at the vertical stream, we just went right through some nasties.
Seattle traffic.
And now I lost it.
Cactus 338, entering 16 west, reporting in the south.
Yeah, on the vertical stream, you can see we are going through some nasties right now. The dreaded flight attendant seats, PA puts a feeling of dread to use a password. Yeah, whenever you hear the captain come on board and say, "Flight attendants, please take your seats," it's time. It's about to go down. Or the frantic, "Flight attendants, please be seated immediately." That means you were caught sleeping at the wheel up there and you realize you're about to go through something that you were not planning on going through. It's good for, like, it's fine for the wing view. It doesn't bother me at all in the wing view. But we should be breaking out here soon. Oh, the weather on the radar on the rotate does not auto tilt. You have to go up and down with the tilt. You're right, Gus. I think we're out of it though. I totally forgot about the auto tilt. Not a thing in the MD-11. I think we're punching out of it. We should be on the back side of it. Got some decent chop. Are we gonna get out of this or what? There we go. We're almost out of it. We're almost topping it. What is our Optimum 37, max 41. Well, I saw a possible breakout on the horizon. Does Flight Sim 2024 simulate turbos better in 2020? Yes. 2024 is way better than 2020. Landing in Honolulu, people went flying. Captain came on and said, "Folks, that's why we keep your seatbelts on." There you go. Yeah, you never know, right? You could never. Even we have a lot of tools up there to help us predict turbulence and things of that nature, but you never know. So if you're gonna be seated, just keep your seatbelt on. We're about to break out. Let's get an X-Plane 12 breakout shot here. Captain Tango, thank you for the 41 months of support. I'll fire up the sim and fly into SFO then. It's time, Captain Tango. Thank you for the 41 months of support. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Fire it on up, because that's where we're headed. SFO. That actually, those clouds don't look half bad, Chad. That does not look half bad. I'm going to do a lot of wing view instead of engine view, because the engine painted nacelle is kind of bothering me. That is not too bad right there, though. Fly on into SFO, Captain Tango. We've got, let's see, so we're messing with this. Distance to go, estimated touchdown at 17:10 sim time. That's, you have 1 hour and 20 minutes. So you want to land at the same time. All right, we'll go ahead and break out. That's coming off. Engine anti-ice is coming off. Logo lights can come off. Tell you what, smoke them if you got them. That's a pretty cool shot right there. Clayton, what's up? Says, V1, thank you for making me buy X-Plane. I've just done a long stint trying to figure out the Challenger mod. Literally from when you ending the last stream to now. Wow, dude, you've been up all night. I don't know what part of the world you're from, but that's a long time. Well, hope you enjoy the Challenger mod. The Challenger is a great airplane, man. It's one of those things, it's just on a personal level. I just don't have an interest in flying a Challenger jet. I wish I did, because it's a phenomenal add-on, right? I don't get motivated to fly it. I'm just like, meh. So, but that has nothing to do with the mod. It's just a personal preference. X-Plane 12 equals Yap Stompo mode. Gus. Man, Gus, we watched that TAM incident last night. I don't know if you caught any of it. That was pretty terrible, man. And I'm going to turn on my pseudo noise canceling. We'll go about 50% volume here. I wish I could turn those hydraulic pumps down a little bit. Might have to talk to Mango about that. That high pitch humming there, I feel like that's a little too much. We don't have our aux on, do we? No.
Seattle traffic Delta 1413, establish on the localizer when once you try 10 miles.
Switch over to Unicom here. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, just an update here. Finally found some smooth air here above 34,000 feet. We're going to leave that seatbelt sign on for a little bit longer. I do ask that you may see in case we run into some more bumps, but just as for your own information, it should be smoothing out here as we climb all the way up to 39,000 feet. Got 1 hour and 10 minutes left of our flight. The no smoking sign is off, so smoke them if you got it. We'll update you on the arrival information as soon as we go a little closer. Thank you. All right, 36 for 39. Hop into the jump seat back here for a minute. That actually looks pretty daggone good, if you ask me. Now I want to see what it looks like with lights off. Still need those internal lights, I think. Not too bad, guys. What do you think? Not bad? Not bad. Another 1,000 feet to go. Vodka, I'm on the same route. I just cut the corner, dude. I cut the corner to catch up to you. Are you, yeah, you're the 777. I'm looking on the vertical stream. You're the United 646. I'm going to catch you. I went direct to Famuk. So I'm catching you. What's your altitude? 38? You shouldn't. You should be able to stay in front of me though. You're in a 777. Yeah, you're 646. I'm tracking you on the vertical stream here with our Volanta. But we are pretty clear. If you don't know what I'm looking at, I'm on the vertical stream. Optimized for mobile device, but it's good for our flight tracking, and you get the 24/7 cockpit cam here. Oh, this is cool. Somebody posted a screenshot. Oh, that's awesome. In San Francisco. Right now, San Francisco is getting hammered, so I don't know which way this system is moving, if it's moving north or south or east. But just south of San Francisco is some serious returns. So we'll leave that tracker up for right now. But as soon as we get south of Portland, it should smooth out here. Bill's Mafia, exactly. Soon the interior cabin will be all battleship gray. Yes, indeed. Oh, speaking of, I got to check my fantasy football lineup for tonight. Do I have anybody playing tonight? Also, I need to see if I got my class drop email. Why do they make us wait so long? It's driving me nuts here. It's moving south. Okay. So we may not. It may actually be getting better by the time we get there, which is unfortunate. But what we could mess with is we could. So I saw in X-Plane 12. I'm not going to pull up the setting menu right now, but there's a setting that allows you to track sim time for real weather. Which, Gus, if you're still here, maybe you can help confirm this or not. But it looks like the options are real weather, real time, or you can actually go real weather with history time. Or how do I say this? Real weather with sim time. So I guess it would be like the weather at the time that your sim is at. Now I don't know if it works, but to me it looks that's what the option looks like in the menu. So what I was thinking is we could wind the sim time back a little bit when it's really nasty. Let me know if Steven shows up because I'm playing him tonight. Yeah, I'm all set to go. Guess who became full-time at USPS? Captain Minnesota. Nice, man. Real weather history time is current date and time, but weather is from 12 months ago. Oh, historical time is valid for 12 months. So if you move our time forward, you will lose last year's. What if I move time backwards, Gus? Will it go backwards? So, for instance, if I land at 9 a.m. sim time, will it give me 9 a.m. weather in San Francisco? Clay Under Seal, I do use a texture mod, but I don't know if it's actually working. It's what you need to research, because it's not even a mod, it's just a file that you download. It's called, or just Google MD-11, rotate MD-11 white line mod removal. And if you scroll down, it's a forum thread. And if you scroll down, I believe Phoenix NL or Phoenix Galaxy, something like it, he posted a download with the permission of the other guy who made a mod. And you just download the files and throw them in your MD-11. Now, what it does is it removes a lot of the white lines around the gauges. But I will tell you from personal experience, I think it works better and maybe only on the freighter version. I wonder if there was some changes there is some changes to this overhead, with passenger load and with all the attendant call push buttons and stuff. So it may not, or maybe it just doesn't work as good in 12.3. In 12.2, it actually worked really good. The trick is to get rid of those white lines is to get those backlights on. You see, this actually isn't too bad when I zoom in, but you'll see these white lines streaking on the edge of all the switches. So if you just throw on that backlighting, it's pretty good. All right, we're 390. Looks like it's smoothed out. Let's go ahead and let them roam. Do these do any actual PAs? I guess not. That would be cool if it did. Alright, we'll zoom it out. Now we can just cruise. We're doing 8.3. We can bump that up a little bit. Let's do at least 8.5. 8.5 here. No? Where do I put 8.5? Here? Let's do 8.5. Give me 8.5 Mach. Or an MD-11. Maybe I won't do 8.5. Okay, fine. I'll do it manually. 8.5 Mach. Maybe we can't do 8.5. We're already at our max cruise limit. Alright. Wow, we're going to have to go outside and take a, and look at these. So I'm going to turn the sim sounds way down because I don't know what it's going to sound like. Whoa. Whoa. I guess I'll just keep this up and change my X-Plane sound settings. I mean, that looks pretty dang good, man. Let's do a flyby. I mean, the layers of clouds that I see here, this is pretty good. I mean, that is pretty good. Slow-mo flyby. What is the best passenger livery? Not necessarily because it's your favorite airline or anything, but the actual livery that we have available for the MD-11 freighter. Like, has somebody done, like LAUB, or has somebody done a really good livery on the passenger version? This one is pretty good. He's got the gray and the blue right. The only problem is the engines. The engines drive me nuts on this. You see how he's got the lip painted blue here? But the wing textures, let's be honest, the wing textures on the Rotate MD-11 are equal to, if not better in some aspects, than the Leonardo MD-80 in Microsoft 2024. Now, I know that's getting a massive overhaul, but let's call a spade a spade. Like the MD-80, which I love flying in Microsoft 2024, and I almost flew it today, but I knew you guys wouldn't want to watch that, so we're in the MD-11, but the wing textures are just as good. Oh, you know what? I love bare aluminum, and I didn't even check an American bare aluminum MD-11. Got to do that next. You're absolutely right. MD-11 bare metal American. KLM or Vareg. Dude, the Vareg one I did load in. Even on, I threw it on the freighter version just to see it. Yeah, the Vareg one is awesome. We got to do that next. The problem with Brazil, Gus, is, man, you got to fly so dang far. I need a route to Sao Paulo that's like 500 miles. I try to keep my streams routes about 500 miles apart. You know, MD-11, we can maybe go 600. 700 miles is starting to push it because we can go faster. Keep the stream time around 2.5, 3 hours. You know, anytime you start going outside of that, it just starts getting real long. SBGL, SBGR. I'll have to look at that. I'll look those up because the Vareg livery is probably, it's right up there with the bare metal aluminum in terms of how good it looks. I don't know how the bare metal looks on the MD-11 as far like in the sim. I know what it looks like. I know it's amazing, but in the sim, I don't know what the actual livery looks like. I loaded up the Varig one with like half. It's like the metal belly, and just retro looks so good. I think it's actually a DC-10. Is it a DC-10 livery in real world, or was it actually an MD-11? Yeah, see, 180 miles is now we're getting a little bit too short. I don't know if anyone else is facing the issue with control, but for me, most of the scenery either doesn't load in or doesn't download. Man, I wish I could help you, Rainbeer, but I spent 3 hours this morning trying to update my sim, and I found out it was just like a corrupt laminar aircraft file. It was glass.dds or whatever, which I had nothing to do with, so you guys can't blame me for that. But yeah, it's a pain in the butt sometimes. And then, so after I download, I get the airplane downloaded, okay? Actually, no, back up. 2 hours go by, rage mode in Discord. We get the, finally get X-Plane 12 updated, okay? And this is, I spent almost an hour in 2024 going through airplanes to fly, and I just nothing excited me except the MD-80, and you guys, I knew you guys wouldn't want to watch MD-80 again. So... And there was no good SFO. I don't have an SFO scenery. I don't have the Flight Beam 1 installed. So once it got working, X-Plane 12 update got working, I was like, okay, go back, install the MD-11 passenger variant. And then it was, okay, so now I need the flight model mod. Oh, there's a new flight model mod. It's for the passenger variant. So I have to go back, download the passenger variant flight model mod, put that in there. Then I got to download the PFD real color mod. So go get that PFD real color mod, get that, download that, change the PFD color, make it more realistic. Then I'm going to go download the white cockpit line removal mod. Go get that, throw that in there. I don't know if it worked or not. Threw that mod in there. Okay, that's all done. Now I need to go get the sound pack. So go ahead, get the Mango sound pack, get that download, throw that in there. Okay, got everything running, and we're like 2009 standards in terms of visuals, except the leading edge is legit. If you put this leading edge could pass in 2024 100%. This looks so good. The engine is not bad. I think it's just this particular livery. You can kind of see some ants around the rivets, and of course he painted the inlet there. But the glass, the window view is actually not bad on this either. It was an actual MD-11 on that Varig? Okay. The jiggle with the turbulence, there's no mods, Captain Sim. That's actually part of the sim. You just go to View, G-Load Camera. G-Load Camera. And Scalber, you're 100% right, and that's a big reason why I enjoyed leaving X-Plane. It is a full-time job to maintain X-Plane. Easier to maintain a full motion level D sim. It's just, there's so much you got to do. And last night, so we set up for our long haul stream, right? And I have all my stuff, almost all my stuff. I always turn off auto update. I can't stand auto updating anything. And this is a reason why. The one thing I didn't have auto update off of was Volanta. I boot up Volanta, it auto updates. I'm like, oh well, screw it. It's just Volanta updating. All right. Load into our sim. We're in LAX, nighttime. The vibes are high. You know, we got 400 people there ready to watch our night departure. Push back, connect, tug, crash the desktop. No error code, no nothing. Just done. Okay, that was weird. Maybe it was a fluke. Relaunch the sim. Reprogram. And of course, the route that we had 422 airways that we had to program. So, program the box. Second time. Everything's all done. Okay, good. Call ATC, push back. As soon as we get ready to push back, connect tug, release brakes, crash the desktop. Like, what the hell? Third time. I'm getting really frustrated. Third time. Load back in. Auto load, boom, boom, boom. Do this. Push back. Crash the desktop. It was after the third crash the desktop that somebody mentioned in the chat that Volanta had an update that would cause X-Plane 12 to crash on aircraft movement. Okay. Loaded up for the fourth time. Deleted Volanta. Deleted. Volanta's gone. Load everything up. Feeling good. Vibes are slightly coming back up, but they were in the toilet for the second, third crash. All right. So now our fourth time, we're in, ready to go. Push back. crashed the desktop. I'm like, what the heck? Right when I'm ready to Alt F4 the stream, somebody said, I can't remember who it was, said, it's probably still in your plugins folder. So even though I remove Volanta, you have to, you have to deactivate it from something else. So I had to remove the plugins folder and then deactivate it from another setting. Okay. Load back in. 5th time. We programmed the MD-11 5 times last night. Pushback worked fine. Not a hiccup the whole flight. Watch green dot, whatever. And it's an example like that. That is why I do not do auto update. Because if nothing is broken, I don't want to fix anything. I don't want your fancy new updated Navigraph that has one fix that changed 422 countries away where I don't need to worry about it, and then they find out that there's a corrupt in that nav data update anyway and people are getting CTDs. So who cares? Like, I'll update it when I need something to be updated. But yeah, Turks, typical X-Plane 12 experience. It took us an extra hour on top of our 3-hour flight. Those clouds look really good down there, though. Goodness. Robert, there is. So American has the best retro liveries in the country. And the best 737 livery of all time is the Astrojet. And I actually have a model of it, a Gemini G200, of the Astrojet 737 bare metal. It's fantastic, dude. I wish they had a retro one of like the old livery. Like just the red, white, and blue stripe. Not Astrojet, but a bare aluminum with the stripe. They have that. They have TWA. They have NorCal. Or no, what's the California one they have? I've drawn a blank. They actually have a Reno Air, I think, as well, right? They got a lot of heritage liveries. U.S. Airways, Piedmont. But yeah, the bare metal 7.3 is still flying around. Which brings us to the question: can you program the MD-11 in your sleep now? So inadequate. It's funny. I get home, right? I'm on the couch with the wife, and I don't know what dude. I was so tired after that stream. I literally just I don't even remember falling asleep. I was having a conversation with my wife, and I passed out. And I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning on the couch. I'm like, what the heck? And this morning I was like, what happened last night? She's like, yeah, I went to say something and you started snoring. I'm like, huh. Well, that's just what happens when you have to deal with X-Plane for 4.5 hours. It just drains your soul. Limiter should make sure that the mods are as good as the high price tag. Yes. There should. I wish there was a... what is not like a gateway, but I know what you're talking about. AirCal, that's the one. Yeah, AirCal. What programming MD-11 FMS will do 4 times to a fella? I know it. TAM has 2 MD-11s while Boeing delayed delivery of their 777-300 ugliest livery ever. Really? TAM had 2 MD-11s? Wow. What's up, Carlito? I move away from Volanta to Elevitex. You should give it a try. Well, the only reason I have Volanta is for the vertical, for the flight tracking. So it's nice to have a flight tracker, and I like how Volanta tracks stuff and the overlays and stuff. And it's just what we were talking about, Carlito. I have no problems with Volanta. So why would I change, Carlito? What's the other flyby? There's shift 2, there's shift 1. Isn't there one more flyby? I feel like the ants are worse in 12.3 than they are in 12.2. We need to fly AirCal 146, day of a regional pilot in 1984 again. No, thank you. Dude, that was exhausting. I remember, I think we started that stream, was like a 7-hour stream. I showed up to the off. That was the first HQ we ever had at V1 Nation. So we had, yeah, I showed up to the office in the morning time with my lunch, my actual flight bag lunch. These clouds right here look really freaking good, guys. Let's do a... Like those clouds that are by themselves right there, that actually looks really good. Yeah, and then what was it, like leg 3 or 4? We iced up, hit an invisible wall, and crashed 4 times in a row. Other games just have a mod manager, Nexus Mods, where you simply subscribe. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't ice up. It was this. There was an invisible wall there or something, dude. I swear. That was a fun. That was a fun stream, though, man. 4. I think we did 4 legs, all on PVA. So we had. That's kind of a cool shot. Jump seat window. There wasn't a wall, but there was an invisible wall for X-Plane. Jamhor, what's going on, man? We are going to San Francisco. Roby Thompson, what's up, man? Are the wing cameras default? No, I customize those. I just move around and save the customize. You move around with the arrow keys and the period and comma key, and then you save the view to your numpad. Yeah, the invisible Lake Tahoe wall. That's the one. Avro RJ Ops, Spruce Podge. I do like RJ Ops. I was thinking of maybe doing some Brathens or something out there in Switzerland. Also, I never read the chat. Is there any Scandinavian type livery? We have. I know we could do Swissair. I know Swissair is not Scandinavia, but at least in that part of the world. I'm trying to think where we could fly. Could we do a Finnair hop from Scandinavia to Finland? Probably not an MD-11, huh? What about Iceland Air? Did Iceland Air have an MD-11? Go from Scandinavia to Iceland. Gus, I know it's in that part of the world, but I got crucified for confusing Switzerland and Scandinavia. And then I looked on a map, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? It's not that far off. Swiss is in Europe, Finland is... Yeah, but they're all in the same geographical location, Gus. Gus, Europe is the size of Texas, okay? So to me, they're all in the same... They're all drivable, all within drivable distance. If you're going to SFO, why are you flying over Africa? We are not over Africa. We're over, over the West Coast, man. Texans the same as California. I know the Alitalia MD-11. You know what? Hey, Miss V1's in the house. Yeah, see, leave me alone. Clouds do look fire, Santiago. What about how far would it be to go from somewhere in Italy? Rome's a little too far south, isn't it? Well, what's the distance from Rome to the international airport in Scandinavia? I need those ICAOs with SkyVector it, because I would love to do it. So I had an uncle, yeah, uncle I think, who flew the MD-11 for Alitalia. Also flew the classic 7.4, I believe. We could do, yeah. What about Milan? Milan to Scandinavia on an MD-11. That'd be kind of cool. Arlanda to Rome. Let's see. Let me do some sky vectoring here. What's Arlanda? ESSA, thank you. Stockholm, Sweden. From Sweden to LIRF. Then I'll just see what. That's 1,000 miles. That's not not doable. Where was that really cool airport we circled to land at? The island. We did it in the 727. That was a lot of fun. I do owe you guys some Euro flights. Can you get an MD-11 into, what's the airport in the valley? My goodness. It's where PMDG NGX had its trailer for FSX. Can you get an MD-11 in there? Can you make the turn over the Lowy? Yeah, Innsbruck. You think you get an MD-11 in there? That would be spicy. The thing is, I don't really want to fly like a pseudo, all these cool Europe routes in X-Plane, because we've already done that. We haven't flown any of the cool Europe stuff in Microsoft. When we do the 7.4, probably tomorrow. I gotta refresh. I've had it since yesterday. I was gonna fly it this morning. That was the plan. But because X-Plane 12 is atrocious at updates and stuff, I had some issues getting the sim updated, so I didn't do it. Ran out of time. You can get anything and anywhere with enough SOP braking. I guess that is true. Chamhar, it's the MD-11. Rotate MD-11. I mean, that looks pretty good right there. That looks pretty good. A 7.6 getting in there? Yeah, you can land anywhere once. Getting out might be more of a problem. The Q4XP is still fantastic. So my only problem with the Q4XP is that you're flying low and slow. And if you're going to fly the Q400 low and slow, you better have some scenery. And I do not want to spend time doing scenery nonsense. What did Aaron say? Would be a V1 stream without the theme playing twice? Well, 40 is greater than 35. Age before beauty, they say. That's right. This looks just like Microsoft Flight Sim. Currently swapping X-Plane 12, but I still have 24 installed, but I really do 7.5. Well, load into X-Plane 12 in the middle of the day on that flight factor 7.5 and come back and let me know how you feel about X-Plane 12. It's so close, but it's still so far. You know? Japan Airlines has some good liveries. Yeah, we need... Listen, when any builds drops the L1011, say goodbye to X-Plane 12. And this is where I'm going to need Team Vodka's help. I don't care what it flies like out of the box. We're going to make a profile that is so perfect for the L1011 that it's going to fly good no matter what. That's the benefit of having force feedback. You can take an airplane that may not fly very good in the sim, and you can actually make it feel like it flies really, really nice. So, example is the level up 7.3s. You guys say I don't fly well. But with force feedback, and I use my PMDG profile that I've got really specifically tweaked for the 737, it flies just as nice. Now, the airplane may still be overpowered or may still have issues, you know, in performance, power, pitch performance, things of that nature. But I just want that L1011. And with the release of the A340 from AnyBuilds, the cockpit and the optimization in that A340 are fantastic. So if they take what they've learned from that and input it into the L1011, that's going to be amazing. The model is amazing on the A340. The texturing is really, really good on the A340. I still think the A340 has the best wing view in the sim, minus the Phoenix. Nothing can beat the Phoenix, I don't think. But it's number 2 in my book, is that wing view in the AnyBuilds 340. So if they can continue that trend and then produce the L1011, and we know they can do old school cockpits because the A300 cockpit was their very first one. What's up, Jeff? Good to see you, man. So being able to have that retro cockpit with the technology that they learned on the 340 and 350, yes, please. Apparently the L10 had a 252, yeah, 252 option as well. Actually, I think Did ATA have the 252? I flew on an L-1011 to Hawaii, and I don't know if it was 252. It might have been. Or 243? Is that an option? Well, now I have to look it up. But the liveries on the L-1011, I think there was only, what, 250-ish jets ever made, but there's some really good liveries. Really, really good liveries on the L-1011. The Delta L-1011 is one of the best out there. The widget, the black nose, ATA, amazing. United had the L-10, I believe. Did United have the L-10, or did they go DC-10 only? Can't remember if United had an L-10. Eastern livery, bare metal, absolutely. TWA, absolutely. The L-1011 was good, but never had a chance because the DC-10. That's the problem. Well, no, the L-1011 was much better, much superior design, but it couldn't carry as much, and the DC-10 shut it down, and basically, that's all politics, man. It's just all political BS. The DC-10 was racing against the L-1011 and ETOPS, and they cut corners and they shut down the L-1011. Right? They took all the McDonnell Douglas captured the market hastily, right? And that haste killed a lot of people with the DC-10. L-1011 never had a design flaw crash. Now I think it had what, 10 hull losses, all of which were either pilot error or something like that. It had nothing to do with design. There was no design flaw. L-1011 accidents, like the cargo door, not on the L-1011. The way the L-1011 engine's mounted, not like the DC-10 and MD-11 mounted with the double, where you could pull the engine off the pylon and the pylon off the wing. L-1011 specifically was designed to keep the engine to the pylon. So if you removed it, you just removed it from the pylon. Or I'm sorry, you just removed the pylon from the wing. But what also killed the L-1011 was Euroland over there. Rolls-Royce couldn't get their stuff together. And the L-1011 was designed specifically around that Trent. Was it the Trent, the engine? And you could not swap it. So you could not order the L-1011 with a different engine option because everything, RB211, right? Early RB211. And it turned out to be an amazing engine, right? Still flying today. Or renditions of it. But the problem was it was so advanced and relied so specifically on that RB211, because you couldn't swap it out, you were limited in when you could get deliveries and when Rolls-Royce was going to get their stuff together, where the DC-10 allowed 2 engine options, right? So, but, you know, Rolls-Royce ends up surviving and living happily ever after, but it was just too little too late. Rusty, I think it's the view that we're in, my man. I think it's the view that we're in. Yeah, I think it could be the view that we're in. Yeah, you're right. It does kind of look that way, huh? Oh, you know what? It has to do with my yoke. It seems okay, though. We're trimmed out 6.7 units. Yeah. But yeah, it does. I saw that too. Clouds looking fire. Let's get on the jump seat. You guys like that? I kind of like the jump seat view on this thing. AJ, thanks for the $3 super chat, my man. It says you want to fly Northeast Airlines L-1011. Northeast L-1011. If you know, you know. I don't know. I have to look that one up. Thanks for the $3 super chat, though. Northeast L-1011. I'm going to look it up because I'm a L-1011 fanboy. Northeast L-1011. Oh, yeah. I've seen that. That looks familiar. They ordered the L-1011 but never took delivery before merging with Delta. Another victim from Delta. Another saboteur. I believe Rolls-Royce had to bring in a lot of retired engineers from the war to rescue the RB211 project, the company government bailout. Yeah, they got the bailout, and then I think you're right, man. They had to do a lot of things to get that engine up and running. But it obviously, I mean, imagine if it was, let's just pretend the L1011 captured the market, right? And airlines waited it out. The DC-10 fell by the wayside, okay? And now you've got the refined RB211 where you can maybe order it with more thrust and have a little bit more capacity. And now the L1011 is the big dog. The L1011 would have been around a lot longer, I think. Well, I know I say that, but then ETOPS came out, and everyone went away from 3- and 4-engine aircraft. But that whole ETOPS thing is also super political. Even supersonic flight, right? So supersonic flight was banned in the U.S. because who beat? I think it was the British beat Boeing's, what was it, Valkyrie or whatever? Like, they were going to be ahead in the game in supersonic flight. So the FAA comes out and bans supersonic flight over land to basically kill to limit the effectiveness of the Concorde. It was all to protect Boeing. It's always to protect Boeing. ETOPS, same thing, right? Protect Boeing, protect Boeing. Makes me not like Boeing more and more. Widget TWA, yeah, what's up, Key6? Good to see you, man. My uncle flew the L1011 with Cathay, said the only plane he ever flew was Autoland, often bested the pilot's manual landing. That's awesome, yeah. L1011 technology-wise, for its time, was insane. It's almost like the Starship, right? It was so advanced for its time that it was just, it didn't work. Because it was so advanced and relied specifically on that RB211, that was ultimately part of the reason why it wasn't successful. Same with the Starship. But, yeah, auto land capability. It also had direct lift control, right? DLC, which then was adopted by Boeing and Grumman and for the Tomcat. So then they had that go to into the military with DLC controls. And then also you have, of course, I mean, essentially it was a very early rendition of fly-by-wire. Like, if a very rudimentary fly-by-wire, quote-unquote, right? And to have that designed back then is pretty insane. Pretty insane. Bunch of boomer talk. Caledonian L1011 was pretty cool with the lion on the tail. Yes. 2707 Boeing SST. Valkyrie was SST bomber. There you go. Yeah. Supersonic booms aren't helpful for things like glass window. No. Fake news, Al. As long as they're not right over your house or right next to your window. There used to be they used to have sonic booms all the time where I live because I guess they're doing T-38 training at Wichita Falls. And they used to do like the boom ride or something up the Red River. And we'd hear sonic booms pretty frequently. We still hear them from time to time. I guess somebody went a little bit too fast. But, I mean, sonic boom at 30,000 feet is probably not going to break your windows, right? But the videos, I don't know if they're AI or not now, because I don't know what to believe. But, like, you'll see videos on YouTube where supersonic, like an air show, like right next to the buildings, like the office buildings, and all the windows shatter. Hey, what's up, Reese? Enjoying a nice cup of coffee and watching the stream before have to go to work on the ramp in Denver. Ooh, is it cold out there? Be safe out there, man. Enjoy that cup of coffee. Here's a nice little cockpit view. Get ready to go into the second part of the storm here. Gonna do flaps 25 on the 777. What are the winds down there, Vodka? What are the winds down there in SFO? Which aircraft do you think is ahead of its time today, like the L1011? Nothing. I mean, you could say the 350. But it's not really ahead of its time, because it still uses a lot of the same stuff that we have. Airbus almost relied solely on the RB211 for the A300, but then switched to CF6 and Pratt's because Rolls-Royce backed out of 300 for the L10. Yep, exactly. Yeah, Rolls-Royce had a big factor to the L1011 downfall. Yeah, I know, Scabber. I'm with you, man. That's not, as long as you're up at altitude, right? I don't think it should be an issue at all. So, but that just shows you the political BS behind it, right? We're going to ban all supersonic flight over land. Like, give me a break. Haven't you heard we're replacing turbofans with electric props? Didn't they officially announce that they canceled that? These clouds look better than Microsoft 2024 right now. Look at that. The Turk, where's Turk at? Turk, glaze your eyes, my man. This high overcast looks better than 2024 does. I gotta say it. This particular shot. Now, the ants and everything over here kill it, but I don't know. That seems like it's better than 2020 right there, man. Look at that. Just lovely high overcast. Is this 2009? You're just blind and paid by Laminar. Please. I am definitely not paid by Laminar. There's not a single snow to melt with the salt. Key 6, thanks for the $5 super chat. Man, look at that wing badge on there, man. Really appreciate you. Thanks for all the support all these years. Got some good stuff for you from the Dubai Air Show practice. 777X, Comac, and Su-57. Oh, wow. Post it when you get to Japan. Dude, that'd be awesome, man. I'd love to see it. Thank you, Key 6, for the $5 super chat. Make sure you travel safe out there. And that's awesome stuff, man. I'm drinking too much of the Kool-Aid. Rough Landing says American Airlines would test the 727 Mach indicator at 1.0 over Arkansas after each heavy C and D check. Wow. So, wait, did they actually push the 727 above Mach 1, or they just take the indicator? The Comac looks at 320 Neo. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty crazy, man. You try to take an Airbus over Mach 1, it probably wings blow off. All right, the coffee is done. Let's take a look at what's going on here. We got, of course, Seattle's online now. Now that we've left Seattle. Take a look at the flight tracker. San Francisco is still getting smashed, according to Volanta. And we've got a little conga line. 1, 2, 3, 4 people in line there. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, we're just about to exit Seattle Center airspace, so it doesn't matter. Really, it could be really cool if SFO came online. Hey, Sam F., my man, what's up, dude? So today, Sam, they're supposed to drop the class list. I keep checking my email. Let me check right now. I haven't checked in like 10 minutes. It's supposed to be coming out today. Probably not going to drop until 5 p.m. or something. But yeah, 6 more days and I find out my fate, man. I load up our group chat and some first message I read. Anyone else checking their email every 5 minutes? I guess it's not out yet. Golly, I was hoping it would drop by the end of the stream. SoCal is next. We're supposed to get a few inches of rain over the weekend. Ooh. Maybe we should... I don't know. Do you guys want me to load up the 7.4 freighter and do a quick stream in it later? I feel like I'm be fumbling around. I need to like the Felis, man. You gotta practice that thing. I gotta remember all this stuff. Because I also don't want to make a bad showing for Felis, you know? Alright, we don't need any Seattle charts. But we do need San Francisco. That's what I want to do it justice, you know? Winds 250 at 5. So can we switch runways now, please? 3 miles rain. Wind shift at 1751 Z. Rain ended 12 past. Sea level pressure. Temperature in dew point. Okay, so 16. I think we're going to switch to 25. Or not 25. Are you switching runways, Vodka? Because 19 is... I've never landed on one. I don't think I've landed on 19, right? I think I've only ever landed on 28s. All right, let's do it. We'll do 19. That's what we got in the box anyway. So approach arrival. We are on the Stellar 4, and we also need the ILS. I don't have a 19er right ILS. One niner left. What's in the box? ILS 19er left. Yeah, 19er left. Alright, that's what we're going to plan. We'll do the little U-turn thing off of Melbeck. Out to Maverick. Bottom will be 7,000 feet. Let's go ahead and set that in here. We'll set our altitude to 7,000. feet set. I missed it, but I missed the weather, but you could do ILS 28 circling one right in MD-11. Yeah, I'd like to survive. Thank you, Ralph. SFO wind is 240 at 4 right now. That's what I saw. Aaron, anxiously waiting what ATR variant. Actually, silver doesn't exist anymore, Aaron. It's sad, huh? Silver is done. Closed up shop. Alright, so we got about progress page in here. 223. 1716. Top of drop coming up here in 20 minutes-ish. No, I don't think anyone's flying ATRs in the U.S. anymore, man. I think they are done. One line scares me. There's like a lot of there's not a lot of room for a mist. We'll have to look at it again. So, is this a rotate thing here with the textures? See these ants? Is that just a rotate texture problem that needs to be updated? If the QL was there, would you go back to the 175s? No. That's baked. I was very rare, but they used to land on ones too, which was wild, yeah. Jet Suite purchased some ATRs? I think you're right. I think I remember seeing that. May I ask what yoke is that? Roby Thompson. This is the CLSENG yoke from Bruner. It's a force feedback yoke from Brunad. Speaking of vodka, I need your Zebo yoke for trim. And I'm going to see if I can make some tweaks for it for the MD-11. Ants probably are laminar. Yeah, anti-aliasing is still there. Why is it such a problem for them? Why has the anti-aliasing been such a problem for this sim? There's a god-awful tulip on the turret? What's wrong with the tulip? Is it bad? That looks good. Is that not what it looks like? Remember, it's a DC-10 livery on an MD-11, so... I guess we could take a little cabin tour. We've never really toured the cabin. Austin just like ants farms. Oh, wow, look at that reflection. I mean, is it actually reflecting the cockpit? No, right? No, it's not. I just moved the yoke. Surely it's not actually reflecting the cockpit, right? That's funny, though. We're back in X-Plane 5. Next generation. Roblox portal. Now look, the cabin, these seats actually look pretty good, right? Eh? I mean, for X-Plane standards, the seats aren't that bad. I will say that. I like how it lets you out of the airplane whenever you want to get out. A lot of blue in here. Where are the seated passengers? Yeah. Everyone wants their seated passengers. Forward galley. Be a nice cabin in 2004. I know it. Well, listen, you don't fly X-Plane for visuals, right? You don't fly X-Plane for visuals. Yeah, it does not meet the standards. 2025. But considering the cabins I've seen in X-Plane 12, this is not the worst one by far. This is actually quite nice. Oh, I did a shadow fix, by the way. I did that shadow fix. They look pretty decent, Gus. I did that little shadow fix. I did it on the Q8 video. I mean, look at that. XP is more like is like most of the girls I dated in college. Just don't get too close and never in broad daylight. Just keep the lights off, classic jet sim pilot. Keep the lights off. I mean, the cabin is pretty smooth, right? No jagged edges. So we're rocking a 333 here in this cabin. Is the toilet flushable? No, I don't even think there is a toilet on board. Let's check. This one says occupied, though. I mean, look, that lavatory occupied sign is pretty good from afar, right? Like, you might think we're in the Temu 737 MAX from iFly. No toilet. Uninstalling. Now, this is actually kind of a cool wing view, though. Middle of the wing. This reminds me when I was a kid and I sat on the L1011. Right there. That's actually a pretty cool wing view. Look at that. Look at that view. Okay, come on. Tell me that that's not. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. Not terrible. I just saw your text, Turks. That's ridiculous. I think with X-Plane 12, it's just the publishers don't pay enough attention to the aircraft texturing. Apart from the trees, the sim is good. Yeah, the trees is pretty bad. I mean, the sim as a whole, when you look at the environment, nothing airplane related, right? Just look at the environment that we're in. The clouds are much better. The lighting is much better. If you had really high quality airplanes that were built for X-Plane 12 from the ground up, I think it would be much better. It would be a much different discussion. The problem is X-Plane's own, look at that window right there. X-Plane's own compatibility is like the Rolls-Royce Trent of the L-1011. X-Plane worked so hard to make everything compatible for so long that the devs just said, oh, okay, well, screw it. I'm never going to make anything new. I'm just going to port everything that I've done from X-Plane 9 forward. And short of the Flight Factor 777, right, there has been nothing designed for X-Plane 12 from the ground up. So that's part of the problem. Oh, yeah, Turks and Turk. I got multiple Turks. Turk, herein, I got your text. Flight Factor 7.5 case in point. Yes, Marius Podge, because I would love to fly the 7.5. Absolutely would love to fly it. But it is, I load into that cockpit and it doesn't matter if it's daytime or nighttime. I want to wash my eyes out with bleach. All the dev money is in Microsoft. 100%, Hayden. 100%. Absolutely. And you can see when you experience the frustrations that I experienced today and yesterday with X-Plane 12 as a sim, those are just more reasons why X-Plane 12 will never compete with Microsoft. It just won't. It's going to be its own little niche market sim for a while, like P3D was. And it will eventually die a long, slow, painful death. And everyone that spent a lot of money in X-Plane 12, myself included, is going to be very upset about that. They're going to dislike the video and leave a nasty gram comment, but it's the truth. It is the truth. I think also the whole X-Plane ethos hurts the entire thing as well. X-Plane heavily prides itself with flight dynamics. Yes, that's the usual thing you'll see. Who cares about how it looks? And Mr. Saturday, and I'd go take it a step further. I would say the advancement in controller technology is going to also be a problem for X-Plane, because with force feedback, I've said this from the beginning, with force feedback, you can make any airplane feel good, fly good in the sim, as far as feeling good with like the actual pitch and roll. With force feedback, you can make any airplane fly really nicely. That's a problem for X-Plane 12, because I can take a Carenado Cessna 152 in Microsoft 2024 that otherwise flies like crap and a paper airplane with a regular spring joystick. If I put my Brunner on there with a Brunner profile that's custom set up for a 172 or 152, it will fly amazingly. Okay? So you don't need this, I don't want to say you don't need, but the importance of this, fluid dynamic simulation that X-Plane 12 seems to tote all the time is kind of being replaced. It's kind of being replaced by advancements in technology with our desktop, because X-Plane has been making, I think we're at top of descent. Yeah, X-Plane has been making the flight model for desktop joysticks forever. So, and now that that's going away, you don't need all this stuff. You can create a better flying airplane with a force feedback profile. Thank you, Turtle, for the $5 super chat. Says, what do you think about Boeing using Microsoft for training? I mean, that's great. I know it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, but I mean, I've been saying it from the beginning of time. It's like, it doesn't matter what sim you use, any sim is going to be a great procedural trainer. It's way better than the paper tigers. So, it's any type of procedural trainer in a virtual world is going to be beneficial. No, I did not try the new ones, Vodka. Scober says, these days I firmly think it doesn't matter if it's Microsoft or X-Plane flight sim, it's all about the developer. Yep, 100%. Some fly like paper planes, some fly like good in both sims, 100% Scalber. And I'll take them. So right off your comment, you've nailed it. Force feedback, will make any of those paper airplanes fly good. So what you need is you need a developer that's modeling systems, and you need a developer that's modeling the pitch and power performance numbers of the airplane. Because I can take your paper flying airplane that flies like, a drone, and I can make a dedicated profile with curves and everything on my force feedback yoke that make it feel like the real thing, or very close to it. So what the devs should be focusing on then, as force feedback becomes more mainstream, we should see extreme focus on systems depth, and power and performance, pitch and power, and then you throw your force feedback situation in there, it's going to be amazing. And Johan, you're right, man. $80 for this airplane, then you need $80 of mods. Yep. I mean, where exactly does X-Plane lead the market in? They lost their flight dynamics lead. Microsoft went full fluid dynamic simulation. The devs turned it in. Right? Describing the F4 Phantom doesn't have to be aerodynamic, just fast. I do love the F4 Phantom, man. F4 Phantom's sweet. All right, it's time to start down. SFO CTAF is 120.5. As the sun comes up, you'll hurt your eyes here. 120.5. Alright, let's go ahead and tilt that radar just in here. Now, I wonder how the tilt works in this thing. It should always be level. Well, actually, I don't know how it works in the MD-11. Maybe not. Alright, let me check my email again for my class drop. No new emails. When are they going to drop this, Turks? Sam says you can't stop checking your email, and I can't stop worrying that I'll be working when I get the phone call. No bad problem. Not a bad problem to have. Exactly. Yeah, you know what? You don't want to miss that phone call, Sam, because I heard, you know, if you miss it, it might be a few more days before they get back to you. Don't miss it, Sam. Don't miss it, dude. All right, fly by as we go down over Millbeck. Tenet Amoeba, so they are going to publish what aircraft and bases and the amount of those for the class, for the start of my new operator. So because we already have a spreadsheet of almost everybody in the class, we can roughly gauge where we are and our preferences, so I can kind of get a little bit of insight on what airplane base I might get, but it all depends on what is available, and that comes on the class drop.
Traffic, United 1636 on a 5-mile final for 19 left.
Could have sworn mine dropped on a Friday, but last week looks like it was late Tuesday. Yeah, Turk, so I talked to, somebody called me yesterday, and she said that she will be sending the email today. So she told me today. So I want it today. I want it now. I want it 5 minutes ago. I'm going to keep streaming until it drops so I don't think about it. Migs, thanks for the 5 Canadian, dude. Appreciate it. V1, would you say X-Plane 12 runs better than 24? Does it also need 24 gigabytes of VRAM? Ooh, Migs, thanks for $5 super chat there. Great question. I am not a fair person to ask because I am running a rather default sim, Migs. I don't run a lot of ortho. I only have ortho in California. I don't have payware airports. It's different. My FPS is less numerically in X-Plane 12, but it feels smoother. So like 30 FPS in X-Plane 12 feels like 60 FPS in Microsoft 2024. 2024 for me runs extremely well, much better optimized for my particular rig.
19er left. San Francisco traffic, Alaska T26.
But I don't want to sit here and tell you that, oh yeah, it's way better, and then you buy it, download it, and you have a ton of problems performance-wise. I just, there's so many variables on that, Migs. Yeah, we're about to descend into this stuff here now, Chad. That looks pretty good though. With enough RAM, I think, yeah. X-Plane 12 is more CPU bound and Microsoft's more GPU bound. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's also true. So if you have a pretty cooking CPU, you might be a little bit better off than in Microsoft.
Traffic.
Must know
last
budget for
one
cardboard
lining
box
up,
in Northeast. No,
10
please,
left,
no
14 for
Turks.
arriving traffic,
The
19
last
left.
class only had one Northeast. One Turks. So I'm worried. I'm wondering if like, oh, we screwed that up. We need to have 50 for the next class. The last class had one Northeast cardboard box slot. Any planes fly out of Manila? I do want to see 777-2. Ooh. Yeah.
San Francisco traffic, Alaska T-26 turning inbound.
I don't think we'll be flying out of Manila anytime
left.
soon, but that is a good option.
Print.
Do you see what the junior guy got last class? It wasn't LAX, so there's hope for me. True. Yeah, Sam, you'll be dead last, brother.
Glide slope now. We'll get just ahead of you there.
Sit down.
Off the runway for you.
Sit down and wait your turn. You youngin'.
Yeah, that's 1636. We're clear. 19 left.
Yeah, the clouds do look pretty
19
good.
right.
All right, we're 24.2 on the descent, and we're slowing at 280. Buglow, we'll put on the data there. Buglow's at 17.5. All right, let's come in here and do a little bit more stuff. And ref, we're going to be, actually, sorry, takeoff approach. We'll do flaps 35 at 155 is the VAP speed. Navrad will be auto-tuning the ILS. The minimums for the approach going to be 300 DA. I must say, I love the acceleration rate of the knobs and the rotate, way better than the 7.3 stuff we have with Microsoft. That looks really cool between layers. Look at the lighting between layers there. That looks really nice.
2553, taxiing 10 left, the Alpha Bravo 1 Zulu.
Junior guy will get 737 Northeast contractual requirement. The beast must be fed. Yeah, I turned it down a little bit, Ocean Man. It's kind of loud for me too. My buddy was in and out a lot of Southwest and AA training class back in 2015. He had loads of logbooks with Cutter Aviation. He gave up just before COVID and has CEO now. Oh, wow.
42, 49, and before Alaska 226.
Gooey, that's a great point. And I don't think it's hard to argue that 2024 is going to be... Microsoft is going to have a longer lifespan, more developers and more innovation for sure. The innovation on X-Plane 12 is... it's kind of sad. I mean, I got disappointed from the get-go way back in the day when I was in a hotel room listening to Austin's interview about X-Plane 12. He went on for about 30 minutes about wave action. And after about 5 minutes, I said, yep, same old, same old. Wave action. Exactly what I want in my sim, so I can look at those waves from 35,000 feet before I get a Vulcan device error lost. Clouds look a bit more natural. They look pretty dang good. I agree, man. I know, Gus. I don't want to glaze anymore. Turk's going to go ballistic. And now we're entering the Star Trek rain. Temp is 1C, so we are in a prime time. Buckle up. The rain is so terrible. I will say, before I did this stream, I was in the A340 in San Francisco thinking about streaming that, and the rain on the windows looked amazing. What warp rate do we have in the flight plan? I know. All right. Altimeter was, I forget.
Sanford traffic. Alaska T26, 7 mile final, runway 19 left, Sanford.
3 miles, light rain, altimeter 2983. 2983 is set. Once, twice. I think I have it synced up, don't I? Yeah, once, twice, and thrice. It's all set. We'll go auto brakes, medium.
Airport traffic, so the 4249 vacated 19 left, hold short on hotel.
Fly by. That looks like a nasty. Big nasties.
Cruising traffic, Alaska 1 airborne, 10 left, all yours.
A few years ago, Hidden Gem Base was the bus, and the other Northeast bases had commutable trips and a lot of trailing red-eye finishes.
All yours, Moza. Right. And airport traffic, Southwest 4249, we're going to cross 19 right, hotel is activity gate, deep.
Two. It's just like rain.
Pretty low down here. Yep, Alaska 226 on the mist.
Oh, he's on mist. Should we do an auto land? I don't know how to do an auto land, guys. I've never done one in the MD-11. Can it do an auto land? Surely it can, right?
Yeah, we just barely made it in there.
Guys talking about low visibility, not good. Alright, out of 14. Should have 215, 10.
1 through 3300, 10 left over to Unicom. Have a good day, guys.
Can we auto land on a Cat 1 ILS on the MD-11? Does anybody know? Is that a thing? Where's my MD-11 connoisseurs? You're at the Chris PT6. What's up, man? How you doing? You're at the Marriott right now, plane spotting, dude. That's awesome, man. Hope all is well. Nick, thanks for the $5 super chat. I guess it's going to be 20 feet exploratory pass from the USS Enterprise. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Nix. Exploratory passes. Hopefully we start to slow down here. I'm going to go ahead and make a PA.
Ladies and gentlemen, what it's like that as we go ahead and enter our final descent here into San Francisco. We're going to pick up a lot more of that turbulence, similar to what we had leaving Seattle. So I've already asked the flight attendants to sit down. If you're up and about, please remain seated with the seatbelt fast until the aircraft flies safely at the gate. It's going to be like this all the way down. Thank you.
Turks, this will be the last. Okay, we got to turn off this seizure mode. I'm only going to be able to do PAs in the sim, man. How sad. Alright, I'm going to set 250. I don't know what he was saying. We'll turn it on for replay, Aaron. I think if I dialed it back, if I dialed back the aggressiveness, what I love is how you can, as you fly into the density of the clouds, the denser clouds, you lose your visibility between the cabin and the wingtip. That is so cool. Where in Microsoft, you're always seeing the wingtip. Look at that, though. That is pretty. That is cool. That is definitely better than Microsoft 2024. PM does all in-flight PAs? What? That's so mid. What's the point of upgrading then?
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, we gotta pay attention. Stabilizer's moving. I get scared when I hear that noise. Alright, 8,000 and 7,000 at pod row. We'll prof down to 8. We're 210 on the speed. We had flaps 15 for takeoff, right? So we leave at 15 for land. That checks. San Francisco traffic, United 357 heaviest type MD-11. We're coming down the Stellar 4 arrival to San Francisco, planning on the ILS 19er left. San Francisco. You can adjust in the accessibility. Okay, but that requires me to like go into settings and stuff, and I don't want my yoke to disconnect. But I will mess with it after the stream, because I think if I dialed it way back, it might be okay. Out of 10,000 feet.
United 1577, we're taxiing from the in gates, runway 10 left, Horse point Sierra 1 by Alpha Bravo, Zulu, Sierra.
How do we feel about a leg 2 to LAX? I just love this airplane. It's so fun, man. I don't want to stop flying it. It's just it's so fun. It's so fun because it's such a pain in the butt with force feedback. Like, I'm already getting anxious about disconnecting on final and flying this approach. Alright, we're making some big turns here. We're below our slat extension speed by a lot, so let's go ahead and throw the slats out here. And I'm gonna dial in my own speed. Let's go ahead and knock it back to 220. Yep, Waval. That's another great way to put it. X-Plane certainly has its perks, but it's death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah, plenty of add-ons, plugins that are required. Oh, you got to update this plugin. Oh, now this plugin doesn't work with that plugin. You're absolutely right, man, because it does have its perks. We're right at the limit of plus 10C. We'll leave the NIS on just for a minute. 70% seems to be the magic number. Okay, I will do 70%, and then. Where do you adjust it? Oh, in the actual settings and accessibility. Okay, maybe on the ground I'll do that, and maybe we'll do a second leg, maybe, allegedly. Why are we slowing down and going the wrong direction?
Unfortunately, Tango will taxi to grid Bravo 12 via Throttletek. Thank you.
Maverick at 7, we're 8 for 7. Matter of fact, it's vectors after that anyway. Let's go ahead and turn to a downwind right about now. Heading 026. Oh wow, can't see anything. Wow, we are in some thick nonsense here. Can you clear Westlaw? Clear Maverick. I don't know how to clear that menu. I want to clear it from the top, but I guess you can't. Not sure. San Francisco traffic, United 357 heavy, just on an extended downwind now for 19er left ILS. San Francisco traffic. Let's take it heading 020. And on the approach. 5,000 for Burks. We're going to set 5,000. 5,000 set.
San Francisco traffic, level 2553, lining up 10 locked in. We're going to be holding in position for the direct traffic.
Nav loc is up. Radnav, ISIA 1089, 193. We're locked in. Down to 5,000 feet.
San Francisco traffic, that by 403 miles, final overlay 19 left.
Fernando, welcome to Prime Pod, man. Glad to have you on board. Looks like the start of a Green Dot video. I gotta say, I like that the passenger variant has different textures for the wings and slats, and much cleaner and believable. But some of those cargo liveries, man, they are dirty. Dirty. those clouds look really good. All right, Berks is at 5. We'll take it there. That at 357. Come further left, heading 015. I'm going to go terrain mode on because the weather might kill you. Terrain definitely will. I said that in my interview. Regret it as soon as it came out of my mouth. But it worked out. Just got a little bit too comfortable. A little too comfortable. Tell me about a time, or no, it was, what was it? It was, you're a captain and descending into mountainous terrain and IMC conditions in South America. What are some of your thought process? It's like, put the train button on. This terrain will kill you. The weather might. Raised an eyebrow, but I think they appreciated it because they chuckled. All right, let's come right now. Heading 04. Let's keep it up the bay. Actually, yeah, let's go 030. All right, so flaps 28 is like, I've been told, we'll go flaps 15. I've been told flaps 28 is like the equivalent of flaps 2 in the Airbus. And flaps 28 is going to be right about 210.
Stabilizer motion.
So 210 selected. Flaps 28. Yeah, instant regret, Turks. I was like, I just bombed it. I'm cooked. But it worked out. Not a 357 heavy, turn right, heading 080, vector space. San Francisco traffic, United 357 heavy, turn in base, runway 19 left. We'll be joining about call about a 10-mile final for 19 left. Correction, 19er mile final for 19
Stabilizer
left.
motion.
Makes thanks for another super chat, man. Well, at least you didn't tell him about Barry. Did you? No, I didn't tell him about Barry. That is the truth, my man. That is the truth. Thanks for the $5 super chat, Migs. Yeah, kept that to myself. Kept that one to myself for sure. Not a 357 heavy, turn right, heading 160, maintain 5,000 till 7, cleared ILS 1 out of approach. 160. 5,000 till established. Cleared approach, landing armed. Let's go back to QS Granite.
Traffic, Alaska T26 returning to left base, going to follow United 357 in San Fran.
San Fran traffic in at 357 heavy, we're showing final just outside of Berks, about 3 miles from Berks, here for 1 mile left.
There's traffic at the airport 10 off, final 19 left.
Don't need that anymore.
2553 departure.
Lokes captured.
Via the FAA border bridge.
155, yeah.
Traffic, United 900 is only status for arrival.
I find it interesting we have no glides.
For 100, passing 12,500. San Francisco United 646, heavy is clear of 19 left, holding short, 100.
So those other race for the station, establishing the glides of the sign, that's not inside. ain't got no glide slope, chat. Okay. Inbound from Berks, we can drop at 2800.
Alaska 226, direct to Berks at 5,000 and joining the approach behind 357.
2800 vertical speed.
Berks traffic, United 23, come back, steer downwind for a little bit to get your become behind the Southwest 1799 separate.
Vertical speed 800. Speed coming back 190. San Francisco traffic, United 357 Heavy, we're on a 14 mile final, 190 left, San Francisco.
Central traffic, United 04, 3 miles, 590 left.
There's the glide slope. Let's go capture it. A little more vertical speed here. Go get it. Come on, baby.
And that's the 146 for United 910 dash. Descending on the
Just approach altitude 4,000.
ILS 1920 for Alaska 146.
Come on, go get it. Go get it. You're so close. Don't you level on me. Don't you level on me. It's gonna be tight, Chad. Yeah. Why aren't you capturing? We are there. We are there. Why aren't you capturing? Land armed. Glide slope. Yes, we got it. Go around altitude. 4,000 feet set. San Francisco traffic, now 357 Heavy on a 9 mile final, 100 left.
Left 1598, departing 10 left.
Did I see lightning or do I see
And San Francisco traffic, United 1577, lining up 10 left behind the departing Delta.
definitely a little bit off to our left. Keep the terrain on. I'm going to stand my thrust levers up 50%. I do not have the auto throttle disconnect bound, which is
2,500.
we'll match them up right there. All right, let's start slowing down. 155.
Number 1399, different station, what should be?
Gear down. Spoilers armed. Flaps 35.
Landing
Ah,
gear.
do that every time.
Landing gear.
Too early. Maybe you don't do the ABS until the gear's down. There we go. Green box.
Traffic, Alaska 226 on the 15.
Stabilize your motion.
19 left.
Oh,
Autopilot.
shit. I didn't mean to disconnect that, chat. Didn't mean to disconnect that. Oh, we're hand flying this to freaking minimums. Are you kidding me? I clicked the trim on accident.
Chat! Looking at that for from the 18 to rate that, like,
I'm so scared. I'm gonna leave the auto. What happens with the auto throttle? Do you leave it on to touchdown? San Francisco traffic, United 357 Heavy, 4 mile final, 100 left. One tank fuel low quantity? Are you kidding me? We brought extra gas. Oh, this is Swiss cheese is lining up here. Swiss cheese is lining up. 1,000 feet, we're stable. How do we go around though? Fuel tank 3 low. Oh, approach lights. Approach lights. We're landing. We're landing. Auto throttle's coming off. We're landing. Don't lose that runway. Don't lose that runway. Gus, wipers, please. Speed, 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 speed.
500.
San Francisco traffic at 357. Short final, 1 outer left.
San Francisco traffic, Alaska,
Abort minimum.
final runway 19 left, San Fran.
Minimum 300. $200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20.
Smash. Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't have it. It's too slow. It's 145 knots, 149 knots. Oh, smash the heck out of that one. It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. We've had so many butters. That was 100% MD-11 kablamo. 149 knots. Dude, you're not going to flare that sucker. 149 knots. Goodness. No hydroplaning. I did that on purpose. Duh. Brick Teller is right.
San Francisco traffic 8,
Firm
Alaska,
positive
226,
contact.
8 mile final runway.
Positive
19 left,
contact
San Fran.
when landing. San Fran traffic 9357 will clear 1 outer left, crossing 1 outer right. Unique way to announce your new employment at Western Global. Oh my gosh. San Francisco traffic 9357 clear of all actives. Alright, let's clean it up. That was a kablamo whammo, Chad.
Traffic United 1577 will clear runway 10 left.
I mean, we had 2 butters, back-to-back butters. That was my first ever passenger variant landing. I was nervous there. Freaking fuel tank quantity, low level, all that stuff. Ay, ay, ay. This is why we love the MD-11. You're absolutely right. There's no other airplane in the sim right now that gives me that fear and anxiety than the MD-11, dude. It gives me such anxiety landing this thing. I don't know if it's because the flight model is so whack and makes it extra hard. I can't imagine it's that sketchy in real world. It might be, I don't know. You just feel like you're on the verge of losing it. You get slow, it's just like you're done. I need to fix what's happening with my yoke trim a little bit though, because it keeps running the yoke forward. I need Team Vodka's profile. Oh my goodness. I was hoping we'd see somebody take off in the rain here. Coincidentally, almost exactly like my first 7.6 landing. Nice. There's a video of it and fantastic. Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, it just got slow and just no juice. Now we know we buckled the 7.6 in Newark. I think my seating position's a little bit off too, don't you? I think I should be like a little bit further back and maybe like that. my seat's too high. I don't know. Maybe my seat's too far forward. We'll take it in here. I'm not sure where that guy's going. Now, I want to try shutting it down. Let's get the APU spooled up. For replay, I want to try to see what happens if we go shut down and then rewind it. Maybe my seat's too low. This isn't for heavies? Oh, my bad, Vodka. I should have just followed you, I guess. It's for heavies now. Hold on, let's do parking cam. Parking cam is one of my favorite things in X-Plane. That's cool. So they'd have the, back in the day, you'd have the coordinates at the gate there for your SEVA. Alright, park brake is set. How much fuel did we end up with? We only have 11,000 pounds of fuel on board. And I added almost 6,000. Okay, so note to self, Simbree fuel. Not accurate. We're frying everybody at the gate here too. Let's go ahead and turn the weather radar off. That'd be nice. APU's available. Engine cooldown is complete. Let's shut them down. Oh, look at the 7.4 next to us now. Good model, I gotta say, it's a pretty good model. Toggle jetway should be default. Do you work? I don't think the jetway can work at this gate. No, I think we're over the parking zone. All right, we're shut down. Let them deplane. Hydraulics are off, beacons off. Everybody get out of here. Alright. Well, let me get our replay ready. Let me update my email first. Get my email updating. Let me disconnect from my Beyond ATC Platinum. Let's take a look at our landing rate. Oh my goodness. I can't show you guys this. Chat. I can't show you. We're in the touchdown zone though. Right in the touchdown zone. Like right on the aiming markers almost. Just prior to the aiming markers. Oh wow, there's airplanes on the departure and that's cool. So landing rate was high. It was definitely legal though. Now, let's see what happens here when we go into replay mode with the engine shut down.
Attention all aircraft. San Francisco information.
So I'm going to just click it. That seemed scarily instant.
X-ray herein.
20.
Altimeter 2984.
Oh, wow, you can see the rain effects. It seems to work just fine. Flaps are coming in. Okay. Okay, X-Plane, I see. Okay. Watch this. Look at the water. It looks pretty good. Oh my gosh, that looks really good right there. I tried to add power. It's too late. Uh-oh. Okay, this flyover view is going to be awesome. Oh, hold on. We need lights. This is the best part of the MD-11. It actually does this properly here, too. Watch this. Take a listen and take a watch. Oh yeah, I'll turn on G camera after this. Oh! Freaking bounce. I tried, we kind of stopped it a little bit, but we drove those in. We drove those mains in hard. 500 feet per minute. 500 feet per minute. Certified. So good though, the water over the bay. Listen to the engines try to save it. Nope. It'd be really cool if you had the wet runway effects there. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up, all right? Because I can only do one MD-11 landing. After that, I'm wiped. So, oh, yeah, G-Cam. Let's do that. Jump seat view. G-Cam jump seat view.
400. 300. 200. 100.
Oh, shoot.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, agencies. God. Oh my gosh. What is what's G camera view exterior? Shift C. can lift hand though? I don't know what that means. I'm not doing it. Super neat. Alright. Kablamo. Alright guys, I've had some fun on this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the MD-11 content. We'll try to begin the 747 freighter next. I'm going to do some testing on that today, then we'll have it ready to go. And maybe we'll do 747 freighters tomorrow. So, until then, I'll leave you with a replay back into San Francisco with sights and sounds from the approach. Coming back here, we'll come up to 1,000 feet. And that was fun. That was fun. Flying in some low vis ops. Rain is definitely superior visibility here, I think, at Expert 12. But pretty dang good. So, thank you all for flying along. Thank you for watching the stream. Hit the like button on the way out. See you on the next one. Stay safe. Stay on the MV1. See ya.
drop just happened, Chad. Class drop just happened.
Only 2 northeaster slots. And I ain't gonna get one of them. Hell yeah.